Hello, this is Craig Lane with Health Alchemy Explorations. This is a podcast version of Health Alchemy, and I have Eric Negherbon with me here today. And what's the purpose of why should you watch this? Well, the Health Alchemy Explorations podcast is about what's basically free and easy from nature, what's been proven to work, where are we getting results. That's been the whole basis of my health practice over the last 30 years is what works for people and why. And what's cheap and free from nature without having to go to the medicine and the allopathics and the inverted people that invert everything and make you think you got to pay $3 zillion when I've seen more healing from low tech cures than anyone. And so Eric here is somebody I met through the Mankind Project, men's work sort of system, like I say, men's play or men's community. And so any man that I meet in the Mankind Project to me is like sort of been, quote, vetted through an initiation process that I know that on some level, the elders have said, hey, this guy is a man now, versus a lot of what my female friends call man-child running around the planet, who they're self-proclaiming they're an adult male when in my world, you're not an adult male until the elders tell you you're an adult male. You don't get to self-claim. So Eric's one of those men, and a lot of these men, we're not perfect. We're still got our quirks, but part of being a man is, standing up for what's right and acknowledging your faults and trying to be better and form community. And remember the context presentation, Eric, that's probably a good segue in, was those attributes that they described in the context presentation to me were always what I was striving for, right? And so you understand that, and that's why I know that a guy like Eric here, I know that I basically boils down to, do I feel safe with this person? And do I trust this person? Am I going to put my nuts on the line for this person? This is a guy I would, because I know that he's not going to stab me in the back.
Yeah. Thank you. You saying that. That means a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so anybody I have on this podcast here is someone that they're trying to reach people, or they are reaching people, or they've got something to offer. And so the realm of consciousness is kind of what Eric and I are exploring, and using various entheogens. And Eric has a company that we'll show a screenshot in a little bit here of the Golden Capsules website. And why don't we just start there, Eric, is how would you describe what you're offering and its benefits to people?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Secondly, I have about 39 years now in the entheogen space, specifically with functional and sacred fungi. I've been on a long journey and path with the sacred medicine. I was called at about 12, almost 13 years old, through a dream where the fungus came in, showed me things, and chemically spoke to me all night. And before I woke up, it said, your mission and purpose in this lifetime on this planet is to heal the world with plant medicine and fungi. So next day, I went to where I made the assumption that I could find the mushrooms, and it wasn't difficult, and I did. The following day, I rode my bike into the woods and had a baggie of mushrooms. I was like, all right, well, it's game on. No one told me how much to eat, so I ate the whole bag, which is about 7 grams. And it's been, needless to say, it's been a transformative experience to date. And so here I am. I'm the founder and funder of a business called Knowledge Brands. We are a reformulation business that focuses on nootropics, adaptogens, functional medicines, sacred medicines, and things like that. And the spin-off for our product suite is goldencapsules.co and opheliachocolates.co. And both of those are wrapped around the sacred medicine with intentionality, conscious collective, and in the vein of giving people the opportunity to step in to these new ways of living through holistic health.
So can we have you, how would you define nootropic? Because that's a word that really struck me a number of years ago. And how would you define it?
Well, just the ability to take in plants either in a formulated or a straight format in their natural form to enhance brain function, cognition, and give us the ability to what I call being step into something that's clearer than not using these products to enhance my human performance and experience.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I think that, you know, most of the people that watch, they're a little bit above, we'll say, people out of McDonald land, what I would call lower level consciousness and kind of semi-awake to, you know, you're probably pretty aware of the type of people you want to reach, you know, and so you're not going to try and reach someone in McDonald land who's doesn't even aware of what this medicine can do, right?
Of course, yeah. So in this particular case, we have for the Golden Capsules.co side, we actually are offering a free solution in terms of free access to the medicine with a fee-based attachment, meaning consultation, coaching, and integration solutions, microdosing regimens. We published with my business partner, Guy Borgford, we published a microdosing guide that we felt was more in the vein of the conscious collective versus just being in a white walled environment and a pharmaceutical environment, and that makes us feel good. And what we really strive to do is hold space, however that looks like, for our clients to be able to come to us and say, here's how I'm feeling as a human being, here's what I think I know, and I'm interested in diving in deeper in the exploration of life, what that means to them, and how they can achieve, say, ditching the anxiety, the depression, the PTSD, the suicidal ideation, the self stories and judgments that, you know, I'll raise my hand, that come up in here, and it takes me out of my body and my intuitive experience. So, you know, we help formulate programs and functional sacred medicine with adaptogens for enhanced cognition to give these people an opportunity to step into a new way of living that's going to best support their quality of life. And I will add as well is that we do have a health and wellness side of our businesses, as you know, which is Health Alkemy, that offers our clients an additional capacity, so to speak, to have additional support and resources to make nutrition and better health decisions to augment their life.
Can I rewind back to just to kind of go back to a little bit more basic terminology? So what would I have two questions and they're related. What would you define as a quote micro dose versus a full like physiologic dose? And what would be the difference of consciousness states or a change of state for each?
Yeah, so there's a micro, a meso, and then there's the macro dose. My position on those is going to be dependent on people's metabolic statuses, if they're experienced with the medicine, nutritional factors, and other dietary elements, and hydration, of course. A microdose is considered 1/10 of a gram of fungi, and that could be bumped up a little bit or lower depending on an individual's outcome. A mesodose would be anywhere from maybe a half a gram up to a little bit higher, and then anything above that would really just be like considered a gram or above in my world, and how I feel best aligns based on my 39 years of indoctrination into this process. The microdose is really not for perceptual experiences, meaning take one and, you know, you're seeing things and hearing things and having this outer body experience. It's not the goal. Really, it's, if anything, and for me specifically, is to reduce that monkey mind chatter that I often feel 24/7, which takes me out of my experience of living and feeling like I'm doing good work and I'm productive and I'm useful and helpful in this planet. When I'm up here, I'm kind of spinning out of control. When I'm down into my heart and my intuition, that's where the best work takes place for me. So we go through that that narrative of non-perceptual into meso, which is, yeah, I actually feel something that's a little bit more than just calming the monkey mind. I'm having more of an in-body physical experience. I might have sensory changes that are not, or perceptions that are not dramatic. For me, I have the idea of, oh, wait, I think I might possibly maybe be feeling something, but it doesn't really go beyond that.
Mhm.
And then when I'm choosing to step into a larger experience more for my deeper exploration, and it's not uncommon, by the way, for me to sit with anywhere from 5 to 10 grams of our cultivations. And that's really for digging deep, really allowing the medicine to share with an individual what might be up in their shadow experiences that they get to look at to heal. And for me, the biggest elements out of all of that is really trusting the process and doing our best to acknowledge that we don't actually have any control or agency over this experience. And what we get to sit with is the sacred knowledge of the medicine to show us the things that might be hindering our abilities to grow as human beings.